Hello, thank you for joining me for another video. Today, I'm going to be doing a cleaning video. I'm going to show you guys how I clean my razors. Now, I've got the camera set up like this. If I need more light, I have the light bar attached to this. I'm going to be cleaning this slim adjustable. This is my H3, and it's got some something's gumming it up, and the quarter turn's not turning very good. So I'm going to clean it. I've also got that Schick Type M that I just did the unboxing with. I have not cleaned it. It's got a lot of soap scum on it. And here's my advice for cleaning. Do your research on what you're cleaning and see what's on it for finishes, because certain things will take finishes off of razors. This is a plastic handled razor with decals and stickers, so I'm going to be very careful with the alcohol. I'm going to adjust a little bit here. Sorry guys. Adjust this a little more. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing, because I'm going to be scrubbing in the sink. There's a couple things you're going to need. You're going to need dish detergent. I use Dawn. You're going to need a toothbrush. I bought one just for using. This is a soft bristle for scrubbing. Going to need some hot water. I've boiled up some 2 cups of water in the, or 1 pint in the microwave. I've got a container. And let me see if you guys can see down there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of drops of Dawn. I'm going to add some hot water. I'm not going to have this fully hot. I'm going to cool this off a little bit, because I don't know what it's going to do with that plastic razor. We'll start off with the Schick, or not the Schick, the Gillette Slim. Sorry guys, it's a Monday. And what I do is I let this sit here for a couple minutes, and I will pause the camera here so you guys ain't sitting here for a couple minutes. But while that's doing that, I will do a preliminary scrubbing with the Schick. Now what I did with this Schick M is I took the key out. I have a key that's empty. This is what you use to put in blades. The blades are normally in here, and what you do, this had a blade in it that was all rusted up. Here's what it looked like. I didn't want to fumble with it on camera, but I'll just show you what I did. Is I stuck the key in there like this, and it opens it up, and I took a piece of pegwood and I pushed the blade out. Now, there's 2 schools of thought with that. You know, it's not good to do that, but I want to get this as clean as possible. So that's doing that. I'm going to scrub this up with the Dawn soap suds here. Make sure you get into each area, especially with these Schick razors, because underneath here they have a lot of crevices, like the gem razors do as well, where the springs are and all that stuff. You want to make sure you get all that. I'm not going to soak this because this has stickers, and you see a lot of these Schick adjustables with the stickers missing here and here. Make sure you get where the blade stops are. And if there is rust, you can take this pegwood gently, like I'm doing right here, and you can scrape the rust off. Or if you don't want to use pegwood, you can use Q-tips as well. They'll work, and I'll show you. Although my slim adjustable's clean, the actual doors, I'm going to show you what you do if there's rust in there. Let me see. Yeah, that's better. What you do if there is, let me rinse this off real quick. If there is rust in the doors here, you can either, you'll see it right here, up in the corners, where the blades contact here. This one is an example of someone that left a blade in the razor. Now you can see a little bit of it, but I already cleaned this up. And what you can do is just keep sorry for bumping the camera with my hat. You just keep scrubbing these corners, and you can take the toothbrush. You can take a squirt of Dawn if you want. Put a little water in your brush, and you can scrub like this. Just make sure you don't leave any soap in the razor. Make sure it's thoroughly rinsed. With these adjustables, make sure you get in around the clicker, get underneath up here with the gap in between the doors there, where the adjuster plate is. Get on the underneath of the doors, the top of the, get everywhere. Scrub the handle real well. Now you can not do all this and use a hydrosonic cleaner. And I've seen Scott was shaving with peg leg there. He has gotten some awesome results with hydrosonic cleaner. But if you're on a budget, this is a good way to do it. Get in right here. Now, if you're cleaning a plastic razor or something you're not sure, like a wooden razor, like a lather catcher. Say if you're cleaning a lather catcher, you would not want to be submerging that wooden handle in this water because it's going to swell. Or say that can't be Brothers 1880s. No, you don't do that. So, what I do is I make sure this is thoroughly rinsed. Make sure all the soap is off. And what I do is I take paper towel, I'll lay it out on a flat surface, which I'll do over here to the side, and I fold it over 3 times, and I let the individual razor dry out, and I'll show you that here once we're done with the Schick M. I just want to get that soap in all the different areas. This one's probably from the late 60s. I've been doing a little bit of research in between. I just unboxed it for you guys. Got a little bit of soap scum on it, but be a nice shaving razor. Yeah, there's a lot of soap scum coming out of it. Alright, you can see this cleaned up real nice. Now we're going to work on the case. Now with the cases, you have to be careful because they're very easy to break plastic. Some of these cases are, 60 years old, 70 years old. Some of the red tips, or not red tips, I think they started off with the blister case there and the 49 super speed. So what I'm going to do is just get this wet. And I'd also be careful with your cases. Do your research. Look to what the actual case is made out of. You do not want to mess up your decals and all that kind of stuff. Now, as you can tell, this one's pretty dirty. Alright, that came out pretty clean. It was pretty nasty. So, let me get another thing of paper towel. Rinse my hands off here. And I will put this case here. I'll pause the video. And we'll get on to the next step. Alright, see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I am back, and as you can see, this is how I have the razors just drying off. What I do is I take paper towel, and I just make sure everything is dry. Some people use compressed air, like with an air compressor. I did that when I first started off. I was doing that, but I don't. I just let them air dry and use paper towel. I know it's not the most economic, or not economic, environmental friendly thing, but you know what? It is what it is. And if you need to, you can shake them. Now is a good time while you're still, if you're at the sink doing it, is to double check and make sure you got all the soap scum. Some razors, you know, you don't know how long they've been sitting with soap scum, and sometimes it can be hard to get off. So just double check everything. Just want to make sure everything is dry. And we go on to the next step, which is sanitation. Some people just do what I did and, you know, just wash it and they call it good enough. I use 91% isopropyl alcohol. And what I do is them containers I keep open. Is I fill it up just enough to cover the razor head. 3-piece razor, I would disassemble it and put it in the alcohol. But then again, like I said, be careful. Be careful, know what your finishes are. This alcohol will take some kind of wood finishes off. If I had a wooden handle razor, I wouldn't be putting the wood handle in here. If I had a certain plastic, you know, Bakelite, all that kind of stuff, I don't put the plastic near there. This is for metal only. And even then, some metal finishes, like gold. If you got a gold razor, do not put that in there. It'll take the lacquer right off. I did that with my my Gillette New head, and it took the lacquer right off of it. So now it's down right to the thin gold with no protection on it. So do your research. Gillette put lacquer over all their gold finishes to a certain point, I think. And then again, I also take a piece of paper towel, and I want all this alcohol to evaporate. Now with a razor that'll stand up on its own, like this Slim, you could stand it up if you got a flat surface. I don't. And if you really want to, you could take the bottom of the handle and do the whole razor if you want. But I'll leave that like that. Now for the Schick M, I'm just going to dip it right up to the clicker or the adjuster, because I don't know if it's what's the adhesive that's holding that. It's holding that sticker on. And I'll work the knob there, or the adjuster knob. There you go. So I'll let them completely dry, make sure all the alcohol evaporated. What's also nice about that is it will carry any of the water as well. And I shake all my razors up before we'll get on to the last step. All right, I'm going to pause it. I'll do all that, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, I'm back. So now we're going to do lubrication. I use just mineral oil with double-edged razors. It's pretty simple. And with Gillette's, Schick Corona, all that, all I do is I put a couple of drops of mineral oil down the mechanism. In fact, I've got a piece of pegwood here, so I'll show you. Let me get behind the camera so I can actually see. And I'll put it up to the lens right down in there. If you can see that, I put a couple drops. The other place I put a couple drops, it's kind of not necessary, is right down here and up on the clicker. Sorry, I can't talk today, guys. So 1, 2, and then up on the clicker. 1, 2. And down on the handle, I just put a drop on each side, and I work the clicker. Make sure the doors are open, and I'm testing the quarter turn. The quarter turn's a lot better than it was. It's still kind of sticky. I'm guessing there's all kinds of soap scum that are built up in this razor. Sorry, my allergies are starting to kick in. Just work the mechanism a couple times. And wipe off any of the excess mineral oil. Excuse me. Wipe everything down nice. And that razor is good to go. I keep my adjustables on setting 5, and when I store them, I do not keep them tensioned down. I keep them just closed, not tensioned, not the quarter turn. All right, for the Schick M, I'm going to put a drop, because there's nowhere really to lubricate it up here. I'm going to there's a hole right there. I'm just going to put one drop down there and see what that does. And a little bit on the blade stops here. Not a whole lot. There's not a lot of moving parts in a Schick razor. Now with some of the other Schicks, like the E's and the G's, you do not want to. There's a little lever there. I should have brought one of my E or my G down. There's a lever there. You do not want to force that lever up and to get underneath and clean it. That's why my G6 is all the one with the blue handle was all messed up and the blade was wonky. Now an E2 without the 2 tabs will come down for cleaning, and some of the earlier ones will as well. But you want to be very careful. Remember, they're not making these razors anymore, so you be very careful with what you put on them. This M cleaned up very nice. What else? Gem razors are pretty much the same. Now, as for polishing, I do not recommend polishing unless it's like a with some of the Gem razors. I have a Gem Junior that there's no finish left on it. They just gold dipped them and the gold was all worn away. And I polished that one, and I would not recommend that with your Gillettes, because then you're going to have them plated. This one needs to be replated. I'll pull it up close. You can see there is a lot of pop marks, or flea bites they call them, on the outside. Inside looks pretty good. It's just the outside of the razor wasn't stored very good. So, all right. If you have any comments or questions, put them down below. Try to keep this video short. Just remember, do your research on your finishes on your razors with your different materials, your cleaning methods with alcohol and polishing. Do your research. There's a lot of videos. This is just how I do it. And if you're unsure about my methods, go check out others. Check out Matt Basarsik. He's got quite an intensive video. This is just how I've done mine for a year. I'm only a year at cleaning these razors, so I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but this seems to work for me. So, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next shave with this, and you guys have a great rest of your week. See ya.